Hello everybody, my name is Farmer Phil, and in today's video, it's another day. I feel like these videos are easier to make and maybe you're enjoying them more than specific. So peacocks are in full flight. You see broken feathers because they're spending a bit of their time fighting. He stays this side, the other one is above on the roof. But anyways, I want to go check. Actually, I'll walk back in and get the gator. I want to go check cattle that have moved them, been the late side, and I'll just make sure they stayed where they should be. The calves out there, we have another 20 or so the last in the shed to get their first vaccine for hypersomnia, which I think is called hypersomnia, is the vaccine, but it's for pasteurella pneumonia. And then we have 16 to come off milk as well. I don't want to go through numbers, but I also have a knowledge transfer group to go to for 11, so I'll probably be after dinner before I move the calves. There's our peacock up there. We'll see what else we get done today. I would like to get some slurry out, and I think Father Phil needs to go get sprays. He wants to spray his beans. We have flea beetle in the beans, so he wants to get them sprayed. And then the power harrow is coming in to get retooted because we'll be sowing, possibly could be sowing the maize by Thursday, and the beet also he wants to have in before the weekend. We also want to have the sunflowers in before the weekend, but we're waiting on seed, and we want to get the last of the barley in. And Brendan's coming back there now to finish the ploughing. So we should have all the ground ploughed before May, which is the first time in so long. And we should have all the barley in too before May is out, which is just mad. Anyways, I'm going to go check cattle, make sure they're okay, and then they was gone in to feed calves. So lads are where I left them anyways, so happy out. Not looking too bad. Yeah. Just I was afraid you move cattle late on in the evening. Sometimes they just, the wires that they're not used to, they just sometimes they walk through them. But no, they didn't. So happy out. One woman and her dog. Barley keep the cattle fed. So we gotta grab a silage. Feed the bullocks. So we're better luck. We might get some time this evening to get the fencing done, get them out. There's no wild panic on them, they're out in the castle there. We just keep throwing out some of the dodgier kind of silage from the sides of the pit, because it doesn't really matter, they can pick through whatever they want out of them. We'll go up the telly when they're gone and we'll clean up what's there. It's ring feeder out there, so it's not too bad. Time this done, I'm going to head off for the knowledge transfer group. For those of you who don't know, it's like a group of farmers get together and go, sometimes it's on a demo farm, sometimes it's on a member's farm, and it's more or less just go through different what they're doing on the farm and different things to do. And it's all about sharing information and increasing people's knowledge. And then there's also a payment. If you do your 7 meetings in the year, you get 700 quid, something like that. So it's a paid incentive to get farmers out to visit other farms and to learn things on demo farms and what other people are doing and stuff like that. So I think most of the people in the KT group that I'm in are all sucker farmers. I think there's one other guy that's at Calves, two maybe. But yeah, so it might be interesting, especially when we're going to be bulling them heifers. So might learn something this time. So anyways, I'll go do that. I'll go and feed these guys now, make sure I don't get in lips way. Yes, I'll go this way. I shouldn't get lips like that. So these guys are quite content out here now. There's about, it's an Irish acre, that's what's in a lot of these walled-in castles. There's a peacock going for a fly. They're gassed-in peacocks because they will literally fly across the place. But it's a walled-in Irish acre, that's what most of them old forts were. So just try and get it into the ring feeder. Yeah, these guys are just waiting to go out to a bit of ground. The problem I have is the sensor starts to go off now, so just getting it harder to get further out. Probably do a pull in the ring feeder back again. Go on. So it's left of the cattle to go, so heifers in that top pen and then bulls in the other pen, and there's some bullocks there. I see a flock of Herefords there. So the heifers are going this week, so that's the last of them, and then the bulls, then they'll be ready for beginning of June is kind of what we're hoping. So that's all the feeding done for today. It's quite handy now, so you just come up one side, turn and go down the other side and everyone's side. And we're back. We just had the dinner there, had pork neck steaks, lovely, so it is. Father Phil is back too, he's after picking up the maize beet and plastic, so we'll be ready to sew that later. So give Liv a hand and stop talking and clean this out. So just putting everything away after the show Sunday. Good show. Big shout out to everyone who was there. There's people, Hazes, and there was someone else who said to give them a shout out, but my memory isn't great. Anyways. Get the ones we want out. Yeah, I'd say it's going to be the best. So there's 34, there's 2 more come off. Yeah, so we just write down the numbers of the guys we want. There's a batch of them on Herdwatch. Last year we let them out and we weighed them, but we can't do that this year because our scales currently is broken. It is just not working. It's coming up with an error code to say negative voltage. So we're actually waiting to get it taken out because it's bolted in to get the weight cells off it to send them back to Condon for them to get checked. So a little bit annoyed with that now. We haven't weighed any. We weighed some of the weanlings, yearlings that went out, but not all of them, and we can't weigh calves. So this is last year we weighed everything that came out of the shed and we vaccinated them in the chute. Now we have to load them into the trailer and then we'll vaccinate, give them their booster shot for hypersomnia on the way out of the trailer. So these will be going to the multi-species sward along with the last ones we let out. And because we have less cattle than the last couple of years, rather than running batches of 50, we'll probably run batches of 30 or 40, but have the same number of batches. We think that might just work out better for us than keeping it at batches of 50 and having less batches. I think less animals in a batch and more batches could work out better for us. So we'll go try that this year anyways. We get our numbers down and we get them out, and then we come back and we vaccinate the last calves that went into the shed to give them the first shot of hypersomnia. So in about 2 to 3 weeks time, when they're off milk, they'll get it as they go out to grass, their booster shot, and the job will be a good one. So it's loaded up now. 18 calves, 16 down there already. So what's that? 34, and we'll probably leave that at that. Wasn't as bad as the first ones we tried to round up. That was tight by going, but we got on better this time. It was quicker done. So anyways, we tip down to the multi-species. We'll let these guys see that lovely green grass and their mates down there. So Liv is opening these lovely gates here. I get pillars hung down here. Anyways, there's the guys that are already out there looking at the trough like you're bringing us more meal. Probably should tip down another bit. So Liv is shortened when she fed them earlier. She shortened the fence, so we have maybe an extra acre or that to mow. So we're back in here, and as we let them out, we give them their booster shot of Hipra. Anyone who's interested in it. So that covers them for Pasteurella. 2 strains of Pasteurella pneumonia, which that's always been our biggest issue on the farm. So we get back in here. Not run into any of the cars parked on the canal. Thankfully, only once have we come down here and had someone parked in the gateway when we needed to go out to livestock. And we left a nice note on the windscreen for them. So thankfully it's not an issue. Get these guys off. See them run. One at a time, please. One at a time. Okay.
Oh, wait a minute. Grab it.
Nothing straight into the grass. That's the guys out. So happy happy out. There is savage grass on the multi-species. It is doing exceptionally well. Exceptionally, and it's much thicker this year. Last year is a little bit thin of itself on the ground, but it's definitely really thickened out. The only issue we have here is there's a nice few docks coming. Father Phil is threatening to spray it, but I think if I can keep it mowed and everything topped and don't let them go to seed, I should be able to run them docks out of energy and they should disappear out of it. Going for the organic, holistic approach to dealing with docks. Because I don't particularly want to spray my multi-species on its second year, isn't it? We sowed it in 23. 24 is its first full year. This is its second full year. So, but as you can see, like, there's a lovely thick sward of stuff here. So there is, looking really nice. So it is. And the guys, they're happy out. So they're already trained to the fence, so we don't really have to worry about them. So yeah. There'll be a meal still in the trot, is there? If there isn't, we'll bring them down a bit. If there is, we don't have to bring them down stuff. There's a bit there. So, yeah, they're happy out. So as I said, we'll leave this batch at 34. And as with all livestock videos, this video is sponsored by Herdwatch. Herdwatch for all your farm recording needs. As these guys come out, Liv put them into a batch and then also recorded they got their booster shot hypersomnia. So we have a full history and we know where all our livestock are, and we also know how many cattle is in each batch. So it leaves managing livestock very handy, because you don't have a notebook that's in the Jeep and not in the Defender or in the Gator and not in this. It's just on your phone, and it's on all our phones. So it makes herding easy. So anyways, happy out. It's great to see them on a day like that. Someday. Happy out. Whoever lists done, I know I just using this because it's I just find it easier, and then Liv has her list on her whiteboard, mark off as we go. So just to give an idea what I'm doing, I will find a calf. Here's a calf, this red guy here, you can see him, he's running away from me, 48.59. So I've given him a body score to see, you know, he's a good full calf, he looks full, a bit flesh on his back, and I want to see he looks good, so I give him a tick, and then that way I know he doesn't need to go back. And then if I find a calf that I don't like the look of, I give him I will give him an extra 15 days on milk. So I'm going to stick this onto time lapse and we'll get through it. And that's all the calves done. So most of them, let's see how many have I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I have 11 calves to keep on milk out of the last maybe 40 there. Now most of them are actually from one man. They're mostly one farm. I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 from that. So there's only 3 from the other 2 herds, and then there's one herd has 8. So that would indicate that those calves aren't as good as the other calves, but however. So that's the crack. We let them back out now out on the grass. But that's the thing, as calves come off, we take them out because it reduces pressure on bedding, reduces pressure on the trot, and just overall reduces pressure on the lucky calves. There might be out of 100 and what was in this, 108? Yeah. It was 108. Out of them, if there's 10 calves, need that extra bit. Some of the calves that I marked just for extra, they're good healthy looking calves, but they're just a little bit on the lighter side. They need a little bit more. So that's it. Anyways, happy out. That's the calves done. The other shed, their shed is starting to come down, is it? Only just, or not yet? Not just yet, yeah.
They probably need the vaccine now.
Yeah, if we do it. So anyways, oh, happy out. So I think I'm going to go at slurry now, because we got the lorries drawn into us tomorrow from the piggery to cover the maize ground and the beet ground, so that we don't have to put out as much artificial fertilizer. So I want to put on the agitator, stir up the tanks that we're going to be taking out of, and then go with the tanker and just spread for the rest of the evening to make space, because we will get caught, because we have the 15 acres of maize going in here. When we go from here to move to the other farm, that's going to take us an hour and a half for that, and in that hour and a half we need to have space made for them to put into. I also have to take off the drill and put back on the pipes, so I'm going at that for the rest of the evening. It's now 4 o'clock. It's time for Liv to go ahead of today's video, and I will try, rather than while I'm at making it the day I need the video, I'm going to try and tomorrow, Wednesday, I'll film for Thursday. Be a better idea than what I'm currently at. But yeah, how and ever, if there's anything you'd like to ask, today's video has been mostly livestock, to be fair. I don't think there's any machinery yet. So I'm getting eaten here by a calf. Yes, is my elbow nice?
Who is it?
3626.
Yeah.
He's eating. Look at this. He's trying to eat my elbow. Sausage. So anyways, we're going to leave it at that for today's video. If any questions, anything like that, leave them in the comments. We'll try and get back to you. Hope you enjoyed it as always. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Videos every Tuesday, Thursday and Sunday. But we're nearly at May now, so we're going to start slowing down. On the 10-year anniversary of me being on YouTube, I have to actually go and figure out what day it was I uploaded, and then try and make a good video for that. So anyways, we'll leave it at that. Good luck.